Just back here at the cabin, and it's a rainy day, but it's gorgeous out. Kind of warm, about 11-12 degrees Celsius out. Got my rain jacket on, and just gonna head out and do some exploring. Just gonna take the dog for a walk in the rain, get out of the car, and he's so excited to be here at the cabin. He just bolts and runs around. So I gotta get off some steam here. So we're gonna go take a walk in the forest and see if there's anything out there for us that's interesting, like maybe some autumn oyster mushrooms. Not really sure what we're gonna find, but we'll go check it out. Royce got the scent of something over there. We heard a partridge fly off, so it's bird hunting season around here. Just checking my usual autumn oyster log, and nothing yet. He is on the trail of something. It's like tearing off in the woods. Thank goodness he has good recall. Freaks me out when he takes off like that. Hey, Roycey! Let's go! There he comes. Oh, this is the dog's life. You know, he's super happy here. Oh, good job, buddy. He's really happy. Just gotta be careful. I don't need him zapping off where I can't find him. Right now I've got him on the Finster tracker so that he doesn't take off too far. Super handy, you know, it tracks him, and I have my cell phone on right here, so it shows the path he's taking, as well as if I were to lose him, there's a radar mode where I can get relatively in a close area and it'll tell me sort of what direction he's headed. So that's pretty cool. It gives me a little bit of peace of mind. I wanted to show you, I planted a butternut tree. So I grew this from a nut from last year. This is an endangered tree, and I planted it here at the cabin. As you can see, I had to put a cage on it. I don't want the deer to eat it, so I'm pretty optimistic that this will do well. Nice and open sky here. They are dependent on having a lot of sunlight, so this is hopefully going to be the perfect spot for it. Well, I was just about to give up on mushroom hunting because there really wasn't too much going on. I saw this little tiny bit of medicinal turkey tail. Isn't that cool? Beautiful. Nice brown coloration there. I've seen some in the spring. They get a little bit bluish. But that's a nice find. Royce is soaking wet. Yes, you are. Forgot his towel. Not good news. Anyway, they dry off pretty quickly, thank goodness. Look how big he is, eh? Holy moly, he's about just taller than my knees now. Big boy. Some of you may be wondering how the training's going, and it's going pretty well. He's been at the professional trainers with me now for about 4 weeks. Of course, it's challenging times during his teenage phase, as quite often they don't really want to listen as well as they should. But overall, you know, he really impresses me, and the instructor's impressed with him as well. And just acknowledges that basically he's a teenager, he's got lots of spirit to him, he's got a little bit of a sense of humor. So sometimes I find our 40-45 minute class, the last 10 minutes he kind of acts out a little bit. But I think he just gets bored with repetition, and so I just have to focus on, you know, if he nails a task pretty well, not to repeat it too many times, or he starts to protest. Well, water levels are pretty high, which is a good thing. Lots of yellows out now with the aspen and the birch. It's awesome. Loving flying the drone this time of year. Get so many beautiful colors. You just can't beat it. I really love having the bird's eye view. Take a look at this. Lots of tunneling happening here. Looks to me like we've got some moles or something like that all along the trail. There's lots of earth disturbed. Even kind of back over here, these little mounds. Making some new home for itself. Let's see what we have here on the trail camera. No. Let's take a look. Looks like we've got a mischievous chickadee. Not a lot of deer right now at this location. Kind of surprising, actually. I think what I'm getting is some of the sunlight triggering the camera, unfortunately. I'll have to move it. Back at camp, I just got to go and set up the battery now. It's located under the wheelbarrow right there, and there's a shower house. Shower house is kind of battened down for the winter. You can still use the bathroom, but the water, there's antifreeze in there now, so I don't want to use that. So I'm hoping this spring that we're gonna get something set up a little bit differently to charge the battery. As you can see here, it's just, you know, being charged up by a couple of really small panels. The plan is 2 bigger panels. They're gonna be at the edge of where the cabin is there. And the battery will be near the cabin and they'll be trickle charged from the panels. So hopefully not too many more times. I'll have to hike out here to get the battery. Having fun with that water drip there. It's like a little bit of a leak in the gutter and he's having too much fun as it hits the leaves. The world through the eyes of a puppy. Got the heater on now. It's a little chilly inside the cabin here. Royce is absolutely soaked. Again, don't bring a towel, so I'm just gonna have to let him dry off before we head out on our next adventure. I'm just getting out some coffee here, and I had brought some bread with me thinking, you know, we're a little low in the flour situation, but looks like I thought of that last time I was here. I always forget about what's here at the cabin. Sometimes I even go as far as taking a photograph of what's in the cupboard so I don't forget what I've got. Royce is ready for tea time too. Isn't that a view? Look at those colors, eh? Love those yellows. When the rain stops, I'm going to take the drone out and see what things look like around here. Sad because he's not getting let outside right now. He wants to run around, but it's just pouring rain and he's absolutely soaked. He's voicing his displeasure. I don't know if you guys have had puppies at this age. He's 8 months now. Finding his voice. It's driving me a little bit nuts, but just expressing his opinion, I guess. Well, while the cabin warms up, I'm going to have some nice coffee and got an apple actually. It's a good time of year for apples. I made a bunch of baked apples, kind of like I made them at my Christmas special last year. So it's nice to be at the cabin, you know, no matter what craziness is going on in the world, it's great to just sit here at the cabin and relax and enjoy nature and the quietness. Still working on this book, my Son of a Trickster book here by Eden Robinson. I actually didn't realize this. It actually is a TV series. I don't know about you guys, but I really don't want to spoil the book by watching the TV show just yet. So I got to hurry up and finish this book so I can watch the series. I heard it's really good. After a little bit of a read and some coffee, well, it's getting on in the afternoon. We just went for another hike and I'm going to make some supper. So I'm going to make some bannock tonight for dinner. It's part of my dinner. So just like a cup of flour and like a tablespoon of this magic baking powder. And then of course I'll be using some water. It's super duper messy here. So I just sort of mix it up in a bag and now I'm going to roll it out onto this sheet and, well, on this cutting board actually, and make it into a nice shape bannock. Don't really have a rolling pin, so I'm just going to use this, the baking powder jar. It'll work. It's a little bit dry. I don't think I added enough water, but it'll do. Add some oil to it. I think the other thing I'll make tonight is this, these quick little meals, my Blue Dragon. This one is 3-step pad thai. So it's got all the spices and the noodles and the sauce. Basically, you just kind of mix it all together and you have a nice meal. And you can certainly add in other, you know, things that you'd like an onion or mushroom and stuff. And I might do that. So it's nice and quick and easy. I love these meals. All right, I'm going to start with the bannock first and then we'll do the pad thai. Oh, it's good already. All right, my bannock is done. It's not as inflated as I thought it would be. It didn't rise very well. I think my my baking powder is in need of serious overhaul. I think it's probably 5 years old, so not good. Just gonna stir fry up a couple little veggies here and my rice noodles, and we'll get the pad thai started. It's getting super dark now. It's about 7 o'clock, so it's pitch black. See a little bit of light there in the forest. But not much left. Pretty soon, 4:30, it's going to be dark. They're talking about doing away with the daylight savings time here in Ontario, and I hope that happens. There it is. It's all ready. Forgot the shrimp though, darn it. Anyways, I think Royce wants some of this meal, but he's not going to get it. So that looks great. Forgot the shrimp. Oh well. And the bannock. This should be a good supper. I'm looking forward to it. Just going to plate it up and head inside. And there we go. All set. Looks amazing. Let's give it a try. Ooh, that's hot. It's good though. Just what I need today. After a really cold, rainy day. Nice pad thai and some bannock. Well, I'm going to finish my supper and just hang out for the night, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Well, good morning, everybody. We're going to head out on our little morning walk this morning, but I want to tell you something interesting that happened last night. I was woken up by Royce sort of whining and kind of sort of half barking, I guess, at the heater. So I woke up, sat up, it's pitch dark outside. I put on my little flashlight to see him just sitting there and staring at the heater. I noticed the flame on the heater, the Martin propane heater, wasn't good. It was an orange flame, and it was making a very strange noise. Normally, it's fairly quiet, and it makes a blue flame, indicating complete combustion of the propane. So I'm really, really glad that he woke me up. What that means is probably the heater is getting a bit dirty, and the little burner holes. It's not the correct amount of ratio of oxygen to gas, so it's not burning completely. There's some incomplete combustion happening there. So I was super glad that he woke me up. How cool was that? I didn't expect him to do that, but he determined there was something really wrong with the heater. He was just staring at it and sort of yipping and whining and stuff like that. So it's really good that he let me know. So I think on the agenda is I have to clean out that propane heater. Should probably vacuum out the little burner holes and stuff like that. There's always little bits of soot and stuff that get in there. So I'm going to have to look at the manual today and see if I can tackle that one on my own. Of course, as a reward, last night at 4:30, took him out on the leash. And he was super on high alert. His tail was straight up like that, running around, sniffing, kind of started barking at the tree line. I was like, I'm not going over the tree line to see what you see. I know what's there. It's probably like a coyote or something. Yeah, so 4:30, we went out for a little walk, and that calmed him down a bit, because he couldn't, like, when they figured that something is wrong, they do not rest. Like, they have to tell you there's something problem and you have to fix it. So that's pretty cool. The other thing he does is when there is like a fire alarm that goes off, like at the house or something, if I cook something and burn it, he gets really worked up and he'll jump all over me like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? There's a fire alarm going off. So I think that's pretty cool. It's not just protection, like someone comes to the door or something like that he doesn't know. It's also like if there's some kind of alarm, like he knows there's something going on there. So I'm really happy when he tells me what's going on. Well, my mushroom farm looks pretty darn good. Looks like a squirrel was eating on top of them. Hey, Royce. Oh my goodness. Hey, don't eat my mushrooms. Oh, it's just like a little tag I put on the back side of it as to what it is. He's eating a log or something. Anyway, so these have gotten really rained in this fall, so I'm optimistic that I'm going to see something pop out of these guys hopefully by next fall. I mean, these are oysters and shiitake. They should. They're pretty quick to flush, but you got to make sure these are wet. So these are nice and soaking wet. So as long as we keep getting really good rain, they should be good to go by the end of next year. Well, it's about 8 degrees today, and extremely still and really, really quiet. Well, save for Royce's bell. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's going to be a really nice day. I don't think the sun's going to come out today. It might not, who knows. But be a nice day just to go for a hike. Maybe take a look at the propane heater. And he's come to get me. He's got brambles all tied up in his legs. One sec. Yes, it is these prickles. Don't eat that. They cause him so much distress. He flips out. They get stuck in his back legs and he can't move. Now he wants to play with it. But as you can see, there's lots of little thorns on there. Quite uncomfortable for him to move around when he gets that on his legs. And I'm back. Yeah, so nice day to go for a walk. Probably look at that propane heater and see what else comes up. Look how beautiful and still it is out here. Look at those yellows. I got to take the drone up today. That's what I want to do. I think that'd be really cool. See all the colors and everything? Not a ripple on that water. Nice. Yeah, still mornings like this are ideal flight conditions for the DJI Mavic Mini, so I'm looking forward to sending it up today and seeing what I can see. As soon as you get a lot of wind in there, I always get nervous that it's going to get like blown into a tree or something like that. Like, it's surprisingly strong, as I said in the previous review, but I don't want to like push it here because I would never find it if it went down somewhere. It'd be like adios if I did. So anyway, looking forward to taking it up. I think we'll get some stunning views. Clouds look a little ominous. I'm not really sure if we're done with all that rain that we had yesterday. We'll just have to find out, but I'm going to make the most of the day anyway. It looks like my trail ends here now. This is what I mean by nature taking over everything I've kind of done. So a nice little trail here that kind of went along the water, and looks like we had a little bit of wind shear and down all the dead balsam firs went and the spruces. So yeah, it's a lot of work in there to kind of clear that up, but you know, off-grid life, you know, lots of work. Another trail that needs a lot of work is this one right here. You guys wouldn't know it, but this is a wide open logging trail, and now it's super overgrown. So got to go in there, probably with a scythe to do the job, just to kind of get up there. Now the leaves are all gone. It was such a pain to try to work right here in the summertime, but I think this is now the ideal time to do a little bit of work on this trail. Definitely going to move this. Not been happy with the pictures I've gotten at this location this year, so kind of want to move it around, maybe around the field. There's a lot of coyote and fox action out there, so I want to see if I can get any of that. Yeah, somewhere out here is going to be good. Last night I kept waking up because the floodlight was tripping quite a bit for the shower house. You see right to the right of the door as you come out of there, the left if you're going in, there is a light on the wall of the shower house, and that's motion activated. It kept going off last night, so there's something around, not this little guy, but something around at night. I think it's a fox or a coyote, so I want to set up a camera so I can see what's going on. Well, I'm going to set it up by the shower house here because look, there's a coyote poop on the trail that way, and I've got my, I'm not going to set it there, I'm actually going to set it a lot lower because Royce was rolling in something and look what he found. So yeah, this is going to be a good spot. I think Royce has found something else he's left underneath the tree. Ugh. Anyway, so there you go. I've got it right set up at the bottom there of the shower house, pointed that way because the light kept going on. I think this coyote was going back and forth last night, and at 4:30 in the morning, I think Royce was growling at something and sort of alerting that there was something in the bushes back there, and he wanted to go see. Like, his tail was straight up, like there was something out here. So it's definitely that coyote. That stool is super fresh, and yeah, so we'll see if we get anything tonight. He's digging like crazy in here. I don't know if whatever it was here last night left something and buried it. Or he smells a mouse or a mole or something, but he's going crazy underneath this pine tree here. Whining and stuff, wanting to get at something. So I don't know. Further up the trail, there's some fox poop. So there's a lot of dogs around here, and that's probably why he gets all wound up when he gets here first. He's got to see everything that's been going on. I say he has to download his P-mail because there's always all kinds of stuff that's happened while he's been gone, and we'll see more, you know, when the snow comes, all the tracks and everything like that. You'll probably see why he's tracking all these things is because, you know, coyotes were here. All the little smells on their bodies, including, you know, from their little toe pads and stuff like that. So anyways, he's always ripping around the field smelling things. Well, let's take a look at this propane heater. So you can see this is a normal way it's supposed to, you know, heat. So it's a nice blue flame. You know, the odd little lick of orange isn't bad. But you can see down there, you see those little pieces of dirt and stuff like that? That tells me that this has got to be vacuumed out. So I'm going to take a look at the manual and see if this is something I can tackle. But first, both of us need our breakfast. Your breakfast? Atta boy. I always teach him manners around food. He can't just rush over and eat. His breeder taught him that, which I'm thankful for. Okay, go eat. Super important. Also, too, they don't get food aggression. You know, I could stick my hand in here, no problem, and he won't even attempt anything. It's really important to work with a puppy, you know, when they're extremely young, you know, 9 to 16 weeks of age, messing around with their food dish, make them wait for it, good impulse control. You'll thank me later. Well, another part of my inspection is I want to make sure there's nothing obstructing flow in here, and I don't see anything. I'm not seeing any not seeing any nest material or anything clogging up this exit point, so that's a good thing. Well, what's on my menu? Well, I'm gonna make some eggs, I think, and I'll have some oatmeal probably and coffee. Just put a few little eggs with me, so let's get started. My little composter, giving them some eggshells. Don't do this often at all, but nice and crunchy and full of calcium. Change of plans, no oatmeal, so I'm just going to mix up the last of my pancake batter. I'm just going to make one massive pancake. That'd be pretty good. My eggs are done, sunny side up, my favorite. Well, I guess other than scrambled eggs. So this should be ready in a jiffy. No bacon today, guys. Didn't bring that either. I guess I was just too busy in a mad dash to get to the cabin here. I mean, heck, I even thought I had oatmeal here today, and I don't. So I've got to restock my supplies. It's cooking up really nicely. Blue jays at the feeder this morning. This also gives Royce a little bit of entertainment. And the birds are really, really hungry. They were just mobbing the feeder this morning. You guys saw that in a previous clip in the video. Start to put the feeders back out again. Bears are going to be going to bed pretty soon. So I like to help feed the birds over the winter. They've cached, I think, about thousands of seeds in the trees around here underneath the bark. See them hunting for them even in the summer and stuff like that. So they really enjoy it. So these jays, what they do is they actually cram all the food into a little pouch in their throat there. You can see it kind of getting bigger there, and then he can go and cache them later. See, look how big his throat's getting. Really cool. Almost burnt my pancake, talking about the jay. Yes, this is the last of my April maple syrup from the tree here at the cabin. It's a nice dark color, nice amber. It's gonna be good, guys. Well, I'm gonna have my breakfast, and then we'll see what else we get up to. Well, these are all the maintenance instructions for the Martin heater. So yeah, certainly I want to get to the point where you're kind of removing the burner and vacuuming and stuff like that. I honestly don't think I have the equipment I need to tackle this right now. Let's take a look underneath the unit. There's lots of things that need disconnecting under there. Let's just take off the hood here and look underneath and see what's going on. This is a bit of a tricky angle, so I'll just show you on the once we take the hood off. Okay, so that's what it looks like when the cover's off. So it seems like these would be obviously very easy to take out. This, I don't think I have a small enough little socket to kind of get those out. And then of course I'm actually a bit nervous. This is a gasket here. If that gets damaged in any way and I just like touch this and it kind of crumble a little bit, I'm afraid of damaging this, and I'll need to get another one immediately because that's a really important part. That's a really important part of a seal. So I think I'll just film this right here so I have it in my mind what I need for the repair and, well, the maintenance, actually, not repair. It's actually functioning not too badly this morning, so I'll just have to keep my eye on it. And I'm going to do probably a full tutorial of how to clean this out, but I want to make sure I'm fully prepared. I have to have this heater working for the next few days, so I don't really want to mess up that gasket and end up in the cold. Well, the sun is up now. I mean, it's a little bit cloudy. Feel a little bit of rain, but just kind of like a mist, so it's probably just coming off the leaves. So I want to take out my little DJI Mavic Mini drone, and let's take a look at what the colors look like. Ooh, look at those moody skies. I love the skies in October, November. They're so neat. Especially when the snow looks like it's coming, you know, we get those big black clouds. Got some beautiful views there, but I had to bring it down really fast. The wind, it issued me a strong wind warning up there, and it's starting to get a little bit wet, so it started to rain. So give me a minute, we'll get some better shots. Royce got all wound up when I was flying it. I wanted to jump at it. I had to say no because these blades are super sharp. Do not want him cutting himself on these blades. Of course, he was really pumped when it started flying up in the air. But you see, there's some water on there. I could hear it making some like kind of noise when it was up there. It's like, land, there's a strong wind warning. So if you look up there, there's a bit of that rain cloud it kind of went up into. It's looking a bit more promising over here. So I'm going to give myself a couple minutes and we'll get it back up again. Darn, I had my first real crash with it. I was returning it to home because it was saying the propellers were moving too quickly. There's probably one that is a bit warped, which I don't see, but I don't know. This one right here just came off. Like it literally dropped out of the sky at top speed. I tried to make it stop quickly by using both controls and kind of doing that to make it stop. It did not cut the propellers, so it landed thankfully like flat like that, so I don't think any damage was done to the camera. But this came off, so I don't know. This came loose. Screw looks okay, but none of the blades looked warped or anything. So I wonder if that was a blade that I replaced, it didn't screw it in, or I don't know what happened. Thank goodness it happened directly overhead of me. So I have another unexpected repair, but oh, this one feels weird underneath. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, look at that. That blade looks a little bit chewed up on the edge there. So thankfully I've got my little blade kit from Amazon, so I'm going to fix that. Hopefully that deals with the issue. I don't know why it went so out of control. It's just, brought it home because I was saying the propellers are going too quick, and then I was doing the landing, and then it just accelerated and smashed into the ground. Thankfully none of these arms broke off, and all these motors, they seem to be okay. I'm just going to replace 2 propellers. Okay, so this is the little kit I have, the propellers for the Mavic Mini. Comes with a little screwdriver, super handy. Seeing this makes me think I need to have a little specific kit for my heater there. So I'm going to go take this propeller off, and so this propeller, I mean, it looks okay. There's no dings on it. I don't know, maybe the screw just wasn't done up that tightly. We'll find out. This one though, that's a problem. You see how that's all chewed up in the end there? Maybe that's why it was giving me the warning. Looks like it hit something. So, all right, let's take this apart and we'll put it back together again. Looks like we're back in business. So I've got brand new blades on there. I put them on really tightly. I don't know. I'm hoping that wasn't the one that I had recently installed. Just didn't screw it in really tightly, or maybe there's a problem. I don't know. Seems okay. So I'm going to take it up for another flight and we'll see how it performs. Well, that worked. Thank goodness. No major harm done. So I guess you guys can appreciate how awesome the colors are. Like a lot of the maples, the leaves are down right now, but you can see the aspens and the birch and the tamaracks. So pretty beautiful. Well, I've got a surprise for Royce. Let's show him what I'm going to be up to with him tonight.